something a little different. Today I'm going to be giving you guys my spoiler-free review of the Percy Jackson series written by Rick Riordan. This is going to be a completely spoiler-free review of just my general thoughts and reactions to the series. Now when I was reading these books, I completely thought to myself, I have to make a booktube video about this. It didn't feel right for me to do a review of one of the books from the series, and I didn't really want to do a different one for each of the 5, so I figured why not just do a mega huge review of the Percy Jackson series. Now I absolutely loved this series. It is definitely climbing to the top of my favorite series of all time. Now originally I wanted to read this series during Booktubeathon week so I could just completely marathon it and bang them out really quick. But then I decided against it because there were other books I wanted to read and I didn't want to rush it, and I'm so glad I decided to take my own time reading it. This is definitely a book that you want to read at your own pace because you just want to be completely involved in it, like you just want to focus only on Percy Jackson and nothing else matters in the world. Now, although I loved the entire series, obviously I have favorites out of the few of them. So in order from favorite to least favorite books of the series, it would be Book 1, The Lightning Thief, Book 2, The Sea of Monsters, Book 5, The Last Olympian, Book 4, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and Book 3, The Titan's Curse. Now I'm not going to go into specifics as to why I like this book better than that book in the series because that involves me talking about specific things in the plot, and I've said before this is a completely spoiler-free review. Now before I get to my really in-depth thoughts about the series, this is my first series review, so that's going to be different as opposed to a book or a book-to-movie adaptation review. And it's also my first non-spoiler review. I've never done one non-spoiler. I usually have like a minute or two in the beginning of the review talking about just the general thoughts of the book like I am now, and then I get into spoilers, but there's no spoilers in this video, so this video is probably going to be really badly organized, but just bear with me on it. If you liked Percy Jackson, or if you haven't read it and want to know what I think about it, just bear with me for this. Now before I read these books, I hated Greek mythology. That is probably one of the reasons why I hadn't picked it up sooner. These books are years old and people have just loved them so intensely, but Greek mythology is just not my thing. In high school we had to read the Iliad and the Odyssey and I just skimmed through them. I didn't pay attention. I hated that whole unit. I cannot wait for it to be over. I was so thankful that I would never have to read about them again, but I was pleasantly surprised with how much I liked the mythology in these books. One of the reasons why I think I liked the first 2 more was because I knew about the myths that were in them. I remember reading about the Land of the Lotus Eaters and Medusa and the Sirens and Scylla, and I really enjoyed the twist that they had on these myths. Now, it was a very well-developed world. I guess when you're writing about a universe that has already been created, a lot of the groundwork is laid out for you, which doesn't make it say that this book is simple or anything, because it's not. But it's the twist and the plays on the actual myths that set a series apart from other ones that involve that same whole world. Like in Twilight, as opposed to having the vampires not be able to go out in the sun, they shimmer. That is something I really appreciate that Stephenie Meyer changed, and this whole book is full of things like that. Now these characters are just really attractive. I love reading about them. I never wanted to stop reading about them. Percy is extremely brave, and Annabeth is extremely intelligent, and Grover is extremely hysterical, and I could not get enough of their characters. Now the entire time while I was reading it, I was really reminded of Harry Potter, and I see that in a good way. Now we have the 3 main characters, like the Golden Trio, and they go out on adventures to defeat evil. That is a solid plot as it is, and it's just so good to read a series that gives me that nostalgia of reading another great series attached to good memories. It's not like it copied Harry Potter or vice versa, it's just that, it gave me that feeling that I had while reading Harry Potter, and that's something I really value in a series. Honestly, if you love Harry Potter and you haven't read Percy Jackson, you'll love Percy Jackson, and if you've read Percy Jackson and haven't read Harry Potter, you'll love Harry Potter. These are 2 completely revolutionary children's series, and they changed the world, I swear. Something so minuscule that I wanted to include in this review is that I loved the chapter names. It's very rare that we find a book with an actual table of contents and titled chapters, and it was just so good to find that. Just that. And then you have these hysterical names that completely describe the chapter. Let me just find one. In The Lightning Thief, I accidentally vaporized my pre-algebra teacher is the first chapter. And every single chapter in this series is like that. That is just something that I really valued in this book, as minuscule as it is. But when I'm reading a book, I don't necessarily focus on the fact that chapter 28 is on the top of it. I like chapter titles a lot. I wish more young adult books had that, but they don't. But I really appreciated that in this series. Now, family and lineage is really important in this book. A big part of being a half-blood is having your godly parent claim you. Obviously, we can guess that early on in the series, Percy already gets claimed, and I just love his relationship with his father. Now, this is not a spoiler, because as you can guess, there's a trident in the Y, so I think we can kind of figure out who his father is. But if you don't know and you don't want to know, just mute this bit because I'm just talking about like specifically his father. Has nothing to do with the plot. It's just if you don't want to know who his father is, just mute this. I don't know, you guys might complain if I say it or something. I just think that for God, Poseidon is a really good dad. He always comes through for Percy whenever he prays to him, and he's just constantly watching over Percy regardless of what he's doing. You can tell that he really, really cares for Percy. A lot of the other half-bloods, you know, they don't talk to the parents, they've never met their parents, they don't think their parents care about them, and that is another big point in the whole series. But Poseidon definitely treats Percy very differently, and I have a lot of feels about them. I totally ship Poseidon. Now, you know how you can ship like a romantic relationship, and then you can ship like a friendship? I ship this parental relationship. Poseidon forever. Now I have this like mini headcanon concerning Poseidon and Percy. There's one point in one of the books, I don't even remember which one it was, but he said that he should have sent Poseidon like this seashell pattern tie. And I have this headcanon where he sends Poseidon the tie in a package to the Empire State Building, and it leaves a little note, and it's just like, I know measly mortal holidays probably mean nothing to you, but happy Father's Day, Dad. Signed, Percy. And you just see Poseidon like smiling and like all happy, and Zeus is an asshole, so Zeus is like, what are you smiling about? That's so stupid, you might as well burn it or whatever. But Poseidon just really cares for it, and oh my god, Poseidon, so many feels. Now I think the writing style was just great. It is definitely one of those series that completely keeps you captured the whole time. There's no boring parts, and even if not a lot is going on, you're still completely interested just because of the core of the writing style. There are just so many great lines in this series. There's just so much humor to tone down the fact that Percy nearly dies every step he takes, and it is just so great. I just think the whole idea of Camp Half-Blood was wonderful. You know, the thought of demigods is just an ingenious idea as it is. And then to have a camp where they're all allowed to train and be together and they're not outcasts anymore, which made my heart have feels. And just the camp was just epic, like they're sword fighting and they're having this intense capture the flag games, and the camp was so cool, the directors were cool, I loved everything about this series. I haven't read Heroes of Olympus yet, but I am definitely going to pick it up. Like, I don't know why, but I just thought that like all of the other series that Rick Riordan has written are just still about Percy, and that's why I thought, like, everyone's like, oh my god, Percy Jackson, he has like 3 series just about himself, even though nobody said that. But I'm definitely going to be picking it up. Even though it's not about Percy like I like it would be, it's still 5 more books about this amazing world, and I'm so blessed to just have that, because a lot of series don't continue like that. Now, I couldn't talk about the series without talking about the movies. Now, if you didn't know, the first 2 have been made into movies, and as of now, they are not making the rest of the series. The movies were just so bad. They do absolutely no justice to the books. Please do not watch the movies before reading the books. I'm telling you, it is the worst decision of your life, because you probably won't pick up the books. You know, they had some perks, but they include things from the plot from other books that are supposed to be in the other books, and they put it in the other movies. If the series has so much potential, it just sucks when the directors and producers screw up the movie franchise. And this is definitely a series that deserves, like, as big as Harry Potter got from the movies. But that is my non-spoiler review of the Percy Jackson series written by Rick Riordan. I really hope you guys like this series as much as I did. If you have any other general comments about the Percy Jackson series, please leave them below, because I need somebody to talk about these books with, because they are just amazing. But that's all I have to say for today. If you guys did like the series review, I will totally do more of those. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!